Hello heathens, welcome to my channel. I am Beauty Heathen and my channel is sometimes dedicated to the exploration of paganism through the medium of cosmetics. If you feel my content would be of interest, please don't forget to like, subscribe, comment down below, set that bell to be notified of when I release new videos, all that fun stuff. If you are new, welcome. Thank you so much for joining us. If you are returning, thank you so much for your continued support. This is now my fourth time starting this video. It's a rough day. Today is Sunday when I'm recording this, so this is for release on Monday. My anxiety is at a fever pitch today, so I want to forewarn everybody that this week I'm going to take it a little bit easy on myself. I will probably do one makeup look video to release on Wednesday, and I will be doing readings besides this particular video today. So please forgive if you like the content where I educate about paganism and such, but this week I kind of have to take it a little bit easy on myself because, yeah, I'm not doing too hot. As I've discussed in previous videos, which if you've not seen them, I am a very strong empath, and when the world gets into extremely panicked, chaotic energy like what is going on right now, it's massively and horribly affects me. So please forgive me, and on with the content. Today I wanted to kind of show you guys how to create a mirror box. Now, a mirror box is something that I don't often see discussed in the pagan community. It's one of those things that some have heard of it, others have never heard of it before. So it's one of those things that you generally use for protective reasons. Frequently people will hear of mojo bags, they'll hear of poppets or voodoo dolls, as is frequently colloquially referred to, but mirror boxes are of a different kind. For mirror boxes, there's two ways that you can put the mirrored finish. And I have if I haven't said it already in this video, forgive me, it's several times that I've said this now. I have this is mirrored paper, but I have it upside down so that the light isn't flashing into the camera and you're not blinded by it. Plus it will help me with regards to figuring out the shape that I need to cut, provided this is the right type of paper. I think it is. We'll find out. But with mirror boxes, you can either put the mirrored finish on the inside of the box, and if you've watched my pagan unbagging video, these are the same little boxes that I got from my pagan store where they had packaged up my crystals in them for when I was bringing them home. Excuse me. Dry in here. Don't worry, I'm not sick. If you put the mirrored finish on the inside facing the inside of the box, you are basically working to contain the power or the energy of something. So that's the way I'm doing today's video, but if you wanted to do a mirror box with the mirrored side facing out. So the entire outside of the box would be mirrored. That would be, say you wanted to protect yourself or someone else. I'll give just an example. If you felt like someone was wishing you ill will or wishing you negativity, you could make a mirror box, put the mirrored side facing outside, and then put a picture of yourself, write your name, put your date of birth, and put you inside the box, and then close the box. And make sure it stays shut. So you might want to tape it shut after you're done. And that will work to protect you from outside influences that you don't want. I have 2 of these boxes. I will likely do one of each. But for today's purposes, I am planning on doing something to try to ease the coronavirus if I can. And I'm not saying that for views or anything of that nature. It's just, it's scary, and the sooner that it loses its strength and we get some sort of protection with this, I think it's going to be better for everyone. So I did start a healing ritual. I didn't relight the candle quite yet, mainly because it's sitting right next to me, but I'm bringing it down with me today to light and start putting full energy with that tonight. For those who have watched that video and are maybe wondering why I hadn't started it yet, I was trying to give a little extra time for anybody to watch the video and focus their intention and their requests and their energy in the candle. That's all. So it doesn't really matter what color pencil I'm using. I'm just trying to use one for marking where I have to cut. Come on. Thank you. And okay, so I took the lid off the box. I took the fuzzy, cottony stuff that they put inside it. I really should have brought water up here. And what you kind of want to do is you want to measure where you want the sides, the inside, and each side, so that when you cut it out, all you kind of have to do is fold up the edges, put it in, peel off the back, peel off the protective coating on the front, and then there's your mirror box. So I'm going to try to do that right now. Let's see. You'll have to forgive me. I'm using my architecture ruler, so I know it looks a little bit strange. Let's see. So for this type box, right there marks the inside. I'm kind of marking it on the ruler just so I have some sort of guidance. And then on the lid, because I've already started recording this a couple times, I already know that the lid is a little bit smaller, and so doing the 2 marks isn't going to be a problem. And okay, let me see if, well, I'll get to the inside part afterwards. When you measure out the sides section, I guess you could say, you kind of want to make sure to leave a little bit of room. So You don't want to go all the way up to the line that you mark. You want to leave a little bit smaller so that when you fold out all these sides and everything, there's still a little bit of room at the top of the box. That way, when you go to put the lid on the box, you don't have a lot of mirrored paper sticking up on the edges that will get in the way of you closing the box. You know what I mean? I hope that was clear. So, let's see. I am not a perfect person. I'm sure things are going to be a little bit off. So, forgive me a little bit. I'm going to do the best that I can. So, just kind of marking on the back. Oh, no, that didn't want to do it. Hang on 1 second. The colored pencils, this is a very shiny back, so it's not wanting to mark it. Let me try to reach the pen that I have. Ooh. Okay, let's try this again. You know what, I'll put it on. This is my Larimar necklace. If you watched my video on apatite, this is one of the crystals that works well with that stone. And it's supposed to aid your throat chakra, so who knows, maybe it'll help me be a little bit more eloquent today. Has to be a reason why it decided to come with the pen, right? Okay. And it's okay if your lines aren't perfect. It's okay if you're not completely lined up. You're only marking the paper side of it, so. No, you still don't want to mark. Well, gonna do our best. Okay. So I have some sort of marking there. And now even if all you're doing is scratching a little mark, that at least gives you some sort of guidance where to cut. So, key is to try to match up the cut line with the indented line that you're making. Come on. Okay. There's one cut. And then try to repeat the same and cut that little notched corner out. Now I'm not in any way, make, shape, or form going to think that this is going to be 100% straight. So, you just want to get it as close as you can. Come on, be kind. Let's get rid of that corner. There we go. Now I'll show you just for purposes. See how that side is mirrored? Yeah, that's why I have it facing down instead of towards the phone lens. So, just for, yeah, that's the right depth. I cut it a little bit too shallow this way. So let's try to fix that a little bit. that. Come on. Thank you. And you can save the little pieces of the mirror box that you're cutting if you want to repurpose them somehow. And let's see. Let's get, there we go. So on the inside of this box, it goes to about there width and about, I always mark it on the line further in from the outside instead of meeting up with this outside wall, because if you mark it on the inside, then you're sure that your measurements are going to be more accurate to the inside of the box versus the outside. I hope that made sense. So let's just do our best. So doing my best to keep it straight. Make sure to mark down and then mark across. Oop. This paper is too slippery. So basically what I want to do is I want to cut a little bit right there. This is for the long side of the wall. I don't know, maybe I should have done this part off camera, but I think sometimes watching how somebody else does it helps you recreate it yourself. I tend to be someone who is more of a visual learner, and because of that, I tend to teach how I personally learn. So if that's not how you do it, I apologize. I'm just trying to make sure that I'm as clear and effective for everyone who may be watching, as much as I can anyway. And it's okay if you cut it further in, just further in than what it should be. Just do your best. Get as close as you can. And then this is where the ruler comes in again, because just like we did that notch down on this side, we want to try to mirror that on this side. There we go. So what you'd have to do, come on, cooperate, is you want to try to match it up as best as you can and go to the mark inside and then scratch a line as best as you can. Hey, it worked this time. As much as you can. And what that dot does is it lets you know, okay, this is where you want to cut across. Because that is the full size of what you need for the inside of the bottom portion. So now you can work with a smaller piece instead of moving that huge piece around. And then you want to do your best to line it up with the scratched line that you made before, and work to cut that section as well. And I'll link these mirrored paper products down below so that you can find them. They're not expensive at all, and I can tell you that having bought the products to do this before, even the small little jewelry boxes are not expensive to buy. For the purposes of this video, I'm likely just going to do the bottom, just because I think if I sit here and do bottom and top, it'll be a little bit long. But I just want to give you the basic gist of how it works. And I noticed that this side is a little bit too wide. So let's see if it fits. I need to shave off just a little bit hair, but it's so close. So just a little bit more. And then you just want to make sure that it goes pretty well flush. Now if you look inside, you can see that the bottom of the paper does not meet all the way with the bottom of the box, and that's actually what you want. You don't want this mirrored paper to come all the way to this edge. So now that we've done that part, let me just verify my measurement. It's one of those things, measure twice, cut once. One of my grandparents was a carpenter, so I try to do my best. Okay. And right here is how far in it goes. That's for the base. Then what you want to do is measure out from that mark the other lip. And do a scratched mark there. And now you have the maximum width of this, like so. And then you should just be able to kind of meet up your cuts with that little mark. At least the eyes on one side. Come on. The front of the mirrored paper has a protective layer on it, so it's, because it's plastic, it makes it a little bit hard to cut sometimes. And then you just take this, and I'm going to mark it, line it up with that side. Go there. do your best to hold a firm grip and now you can see where I made a little L. Come on, be kind, refocus. Oh, let me hold it up. Where I made a little L mark on the paper, and that will be my guide to cut on this last corner. And then, like so. And try to, there we go. And then what you want to do is you want to fold these sides up, and hopefully this will work okay. So far so good. Because what you want to do is you want to pre-fold them before you try to put everything in the box. And then you want to take the mirrored box, and see, it's a little off, which is okay. Just try to have to figure out where it's too big. Okay, lengthwise seems okay. It's widthwise, so. Let's see. Looks like what I'll have to do is, which side seems a little bit more shallow, I think. When you get it really close, but it's not quite there. So let me shave off a little bit here. Like so. Let's cut this in a little bit here. Try to refold it a bit. And it's okay if you don't get it perfect the first time. Just keep making little cuts wherever you need to. Do your best. Let's see. Not quite. This paper has a self-adhesive back, so you know what, I'm gonna try. Worst case scenario is it doesn't work, and because I don't know, maybe it's the paper that's causing it to get caught. But here you can see it has a sticky back. I'm going to try to make sure that I can push it down in there. There we go. Come on. Just that one more side. Oh. And she breaks the box, folks. That's okay. You see that? All you have to do is tape that up. Tape up the corners and you're good. And there you can see where it kind of sort of fits on the inside. And you can take off the protective plastic so it's more of a mirror finish. I'll just have to tape up those sides afterwards because as you can see it came apart just on that one side. Otherwise the measurement wasn't too bad. I'm just checking to make sure that it lines up okay. And here we have one lip that's too high, so what I will do is I'll bend it in some and try to cut off as much as I can of that. I'll do it on one side. Yep. Okay, that did it. It's a little high on that side, but not too bad. Let me just try to cut that little piece off. Oh, come on. And there you have a mirrored inside of a box. Not too bad. Then all you do is if you have anything like clothespins or anything of that nature where you can put a clothespin on each wall to try to help that adhere and hold on to it, that's probably a good extra step to take. I don't have anything like that with me right here. But yeah, there's the lower section, and now I don't have to use this entire piece. There's a lot of product here. And all you have to do is repeat the same thing with the lid so that when you're done, let me not blind you, when you're done you put the two pieces together. Come on. And you'll have your mirror box. And that way you can add in crystals in there, so if you wanted to put black tourmaline and selenite. Selenite is a crystal that keeps things constantly charged, which is a good thing to do with stuff like this. That way you don't have to reopen it. You can put in herbs for protection, anything of that kind of nature on the inside, and that will just help it keep whatever it is you're trying to bind or trap the energy of within the box. And you can seal it up with tape. You could put duct tape all around it so that there's no openings anywhere, and mark on the outside what it's for so you know, and have it clearly marked. And then yeah, that's basically all you do to make a mirror box. You do the same thing in reverse. You do it on the outside if you want to put the mirror side on the outside. So I hope this was a somewhat beneficial demonstration, and I hope if you ever follow my process or my procedure, if you buy the products I'm going to link down below to make your own mirror boxes, by all means, please send me pictures of your mirror boxes to Instagram or post them to me on Twitter. I would love to see them. I would like to see your work and what you come up with. And yeah, I hope this has been helpful and beneficial, and I hope you find good use for this. And come on, get off my fingers. Trying to throw away the little schnibbles before they get everywhere like they're already threatening to do. There we go. Yeah, okay. And in conclusion, I wish you love, I wish you kindness. I wish you healing. I wish you happiness. I wish you protection. I wish you peace. And most of all, I wish you brightest blessings. And until next time, blessed be.